All right, take 3. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to T3G. My name is Dalibor, and today we are looking at the Inkee Falcon Action Cam Gimbal coming up.
Whatever it is that you do the damn thing.
Now, the footage that you're seeing is a big part of why it's taken me this long to review this gimbal. As you can see, I was having issues with balancing. Hear this. Yeah, that's because the camera wasn't heavy enough, and it took me a minute to think of that. Because every other time I've balanced a gimbal, any kind of gimbal, it's been because something's been too heavy or just not at the right spot. I spent probably an hour balancing with the regular kind of simple clip on these cameras, and I couldn't do it. It was just every single time. I thought I'd get it, and it wouldn't balance, and I would do some motion, and it would freak out. And I was like, wait. This is meant for a GoPro. A GoPro is considerably heavier than Life Silver here. What if I put it in the waterproof case? That's going to add significant weight, and that turned out to be the trick.
So I figured, why not put it inside the waterproof case? With that, I added the extra weight, and then I switched out the metal screw that it comes with and put in one of the standard kind of traditional action cam screws that it also comes with. With that additional weight, I think it's just barely there. I still feel a little tremble in some angles, but for the most part, it's balanced. I will say for heavier cameras like the GoPro, it's not really going to be an issue. Now you can see that it's a rather small gimbal. This is pocketable, which is really nice, especially for if you got big pockets like myself. Very much pocketable. And then we've got a few things going on here. We've got on the side, if you have a GoPro, you can actually Bluetooth connect this to your GoPro, and then that'll give you additional features such as the camera, shutter, record buttons on the side. But even without that, there's a ton of great features here. For instance, it's got a built-in battery. I am still, let's see, we press the button here. I'm still on 3 bars. I haven't charged this since Colorado, and I have tried to do this video 3 times now. So I'm just saying the battery's pretty dang solid. You have your power and mode buttons on the back along with the control stick, and then you have a USB-C charging port, which is fantastic. It's 2021. Let's just move everything to USB-C and move on with our lives, please. Overall, it's got several modes, and we'll talk about each one a little bit here. You've got your traditional sticks to the direction it's going, and then left and right, or you trigger, and it's not going to go left and right, and it's going to go stay straight ahead. Whereas this is going to stay straight ahead, but you can mess with it side to side. If you hold the trigger down, no action side to side. Then you've got HL mode, and this is what I can basically tell, like a slow follow mode for action. So if you got, it's like a slow follow, and then you've got FPV, which I don't want to say it like anticipates your movements, but it just goes full speed, so it's reacting much faster to your movements. Now, this next mode is kind of where my other part of why this video is taking so long comes from. I couldn't figure out how to get it into 360 mode. That's one of their biggest selling points on the Amazon page, and I was sitting there and I'm like, do I contact these guys again? They did actually reach out to me. This was provided for free, but as always, I'm gonna do an honest review. I was wondering, like, do I reach out to them? Like, I feel like maybe am I being dumb? So I just did a ton of research, and finally, because I was gonna leave the app as last, but I wanted to figure out how to put it in the mode first, I downloaded the app, which has an extra mode listed, which is why I couldn't realize what this was. Now, when you are this way, you can go vertical. And that's cool because that gives you vertical. As I said, it's 2021, TikTok, Instagram stories, Reels, Shorts. Vertical is here. Sadly, I'm not a fan of it, but that's the direction the world has gone. Vertical is here, but this is, and I figured that there was a way to do this, but if you go left and right, there's no movement, right? There's no turn. Well, what I realized once I got the app was that there was another mode, and to get there, I just started playing around with the button, is another double tap. See, it rebalances, and then you have your 360 spin. And I really like it. It's nice and slow. You can actually change the speed of the motor response in the app. The app is pretty bare bones, I'm not gonna lie, but it kind of gets to the point, right? There's nothing really weird about it. There's no fancy animations or anything. There's no fancy graphics. It just kind of does what it needs to do, and I kind of appreciate that, honestly. Now, the other thing that it has, which this time I forgot to bring, is a tripod attachment on the bottom, which would personally make my grip a little better. But even with that, I mean, my trigger is here, the controls are right here. I mean, I'm still pretty good on my grip. I'm not even mad about it, and I've got pretty big hands. Anybody with smaller hands is gonna be super comfortable even with this pocketable size without the tripod. But with the tripod, you can set it down and have access to other things, such as using it remotely and following yourself or following a different subject. Or you can go crazy like myself and use the 1/4 where the tripod would go to attach a tack form arm out of your car and get some cool gimbal shots from your car. Yeah, I mean, it was free, so I guess if I lose it, I lose it, but we're gonna see what happens. Now, the biggest thing here is, last time I talked about a gimbal, I said that basically we don't need them. For phones, we don't. And I would say for most things, I'll get to it in a second, for most things with action cams, you also don't. You're not gonna be attaching this to your bike, right? The electronic stabilization on most of the brand name action cams, that's going to be pretty solid for any kind of action sports. But for anything you want to do cinematic, you're going to want this. Even with decent stabilization, it's not the same as putting it on a stabilizer. It's just not. Real quick, I'm going to do a walk with just a regular monopod selfie stick and this. I'm going to do my best to replicate the same walk. You let me know what you think looks better. For the $120 that this is, I would honestly say it's an absolute buy. I've had a ton of fun with it already. The battery is really nice, plus the fact that you can actually use, I forgot to mention this, you can use the built-in battery to charge your device, because this is USB-C. You could just plug it in to your camera. Well, not this one, because this one I don't have access to the ports, but you can plug it into your GoPro for that extra little bit of shooting if your battery's low. Overall, I would say at the price, with the accessories, because that little felt bag is actually really nice, with the accessories that it comes with the fact that it has an incredible battery. Maybe I'm just lucking out like I always do with these batteries, but it has a fantastic battery. I really can't be mad about it in any way, shape, or form. I would absolutely recommend this product. As always, affiliate links down below if you use those. I appreciate you very much. That supports the channel. If you have any questions for me about this gimbal, I'm happy to test it in any way I can. That's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Sorry about the Saturday video. I actually hyper focused and completely forgot about it. But I got a bunch of stuff done in the office space, so there's that.